Hi everyone, this is Beverly, Clarko Vision, and I thought I would do this one while there's a bit of daylight left, which helps with the videos. So this is another update, and it's going to be a couple of CDs and a record that I got at decent, in fact, super bargain price on eBay, and the rest is going to be a charity shop mega haul. I just went out this morning, did some charity shop digging, and I don't know what happened, but I couldn't believe my luck. I've found some amazing bargains. It's the most I've ever bought in a charity shop in one go. I'm thrilled, stunned, etc. So let's just get into it. So I'm going to show this two CDs first. Now, like I said in a previous video not that long ago, it's another band I never thought I would end up with having in the collection. But because loads of people in the VC like them and talk about them, and I thought I would give them a shot, see how I get on. And with the price that these cost me, you know, it's no big deal if I don't like them. I will, you know, possibly pass them on or resell them or something in the future if I don't. So the band is Megadeth. Now they're thrash. They're obviously like Metallica, one of the big four. So I'm certainly aware of them. And a couple other songs, but again, because they were thrash, for me thrash wasn't very musical or exciting. However, I did listen to Peace Sells But Who's Buying on YouTube one day, and I thought, okay, that's actually, some of it's quite good actually. There is a bit of music in there, you know. And then, you know, I've seen other people showing their Megadeth stuff, and I commented on a couple, and a couple of people suggested that I might like, I can't remember what the title was, but it might be the other one I'm going to show. I just can't quite remember off the top of my head. But so anyway, for 99 pence on eBay, I won this. And this one is So Far So Good So What, 1988, Capitol Records. It's an original pressing, and it's in very, very excellent condition. The disc itself doesn't have, it has a few light surface marks, but nothing to worry about. So quite chuffed at the price of that. And the other one, same price, 99 pence, again off eBay, Countdown to Extinction. Now I'm not sure if this is the one that a couple of folks suggested I might like or not. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll give them a listen anyway. This one, again, it's an original pressing, it's 1992. Now I'm wondering if this is a US pressing, although it actually does say made in Italy, to be honest with you. There's the kind of numbers. For the UK, it's got a blank thing in the box. It's got a number for France, a number for Italy, and this will be some international number. But I'm wondering, it may be an Italian pressing, it may be a US one, because it does say manufactured, blah blah blah, capital EMA, Hollywood, all rights reserved, unauthorised duplication is a violation of applicable laws. Now I know that's the US blurb, whereas the UK version's worded, well, or the European, it's got the word prohibited in it. They're worded slightly different, but as I say, it says made in Italy, so that's, I'm not sure what the pressing is, but it's an original pressing nonetheless. It's a 1992 pressing. So again, this is in fantastic condition. Again, there is some light surface marks, but I have no doubt it'll play fine. So Megadeth, again, like Accept, are a band I thought I would never end up having anything of. I'm liking Accept after discovering they're not thrash. Because Megadeth are like Metallica, I mean, I've still got Ride the Lightning here, and I'm still undecided as to whether I want to keep it or not. So we'll see how I get on with these guys as well. As to whether, you know, I don't know, I'm open to giving them a go. And the record I got off eBay recently comes highly recommended by Mr. Tim Line. This is Petra, and this one is This Means War, which is the follow-up to Back on the Streets, which is the one I showed recently. I listened to Back on the Streets, really quite enjoyed that, so Tim reckons that this one is also good or even slightly better, so I saw a copy in very nice condition on eBay. The worst part is there is a little bit of wear at the top, where it's just about right through at the top here. But that's all. Everything else is pretty decent as far as that goes. It's a plain sleeve, but it also has the lyric sheet. Then you've got the lyrics, etc. here, and on that side, a picture of the band as well. So these guys are Christian rock. And this one is 1987, and it's on the Star Song label, just like the previous one was. The record itself looks in really nice condition. So that is what I picked up on eBay. So getting on now to what I found in the charity shops this morning. So we'll just pick up, in no particular order. I found this one, I've actually still to remove the thing, but £6. David Coverdale, Whitesnake. Now this is not the original, not an original album, it's the Connoisseur Collection, and it's David Coverdale, Whitesnake / Northwinds. And it's a gatefold, and it's a double LP of early stuff. And if you open up the gatefold, it's got David Coverdale, the solo albums here, and it gives you a bit of information about them in here as well. Now, these are kind of Coverdale Whitesnake stuff I'm not familiar with. I've never really listened to their earlier stuff. They just come in plain sleeves. And this Connoisseur Collection seems to be... It just says the Connoisseur Collection Limited, so that must be the label or the branch of somebody that did this. But both records are in excellent condition. The sleeve is immaculate, the gatefold is immaculate. However, there is one slight hitch with the second record, which I just noticed. There is an actual, I can feel the static for this. There is an actual, I don't know if you can see it, just there. That is an actual split in the vinyl. It's like a crack and a split, and it just runs very slightly into the beginning of the first song. I mean, it's mostly through the running, but you can see it goes right through on both sides, unfortunately. I don't know how well that, but you know, in order to protect your stylus, I would probably start it a few seconds in, just to avoid that. Apart from that, it should play fine, but I was kind of disappointed in that. However, but I've never seen this before, so I thought I'd pick it up, have a listen. If I decide I'm not going to keep it, I have one or two people in mind who might be interested in it, but as I say, there is that slight hitch, but again, the rest of that's in lovely condition. So that was that. This is not rock or metal, but this is Edelweiss, which was a 1980s chart poppy dance song, and it was 99p, 12-inch. It's in immaculate condition, and it's by, I don't know, I think the band called themselves Edelweiss, and it's Bring Me Edelweiss, and it's just an old memory lane thing. So for 99p I just picked it up. I thought it would be fun to give it a listen again. Record is in beautiful condition, and it's on Gig Records or GIG Records. So that was that. The most expensive one I paid for was this Giant, and it's Last of the Runaways. I think this was, is it their debut album or is it their second album? This one's 1989. I know this comes before Time to Burn, and I do recall hearing some of the songs off of this, and I believe the Giant stuff's quite difficult to come by, so seeing this in the charity shop, well, you know, I was pretty amazed, and it's in lovely condition. There is a little bit of edge wear on the spine, but nothing major. You can still read it. It just comes in a plain inner sleeve, however. But again, the inner sleeve's in amazing condition, and it's on A&M Records, and the record itself is not a mark on it. It's in almost unplayed condition, or even maybe unplayed. So I was happy to get this because Giant's albums are quite tricky to come by, I think, because of the time these vinyls were released. This is just a good melodic hard rock band. Another one I picked up, this still had the shrink wrap on it as well, but I've taken it off. Fate. Now I've heard of them, but I don't know much about them. And this album is Cruising for a Bruising. It's in immaculate condition. I think they're maybe Danish, perhaps, or Scandinavian, perhaps, but don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. This one comes with the lyric inner sleeve, pictures, collage on there. This is EMI, is the label. Again, it's beautiful condition, so that's Fate. As I say, I'm not sure about what they sound like, but give them a listen and find out. If I can get this back, there we go. Next one is Barren Cross. Now I spotted them on eBay recently, and it was dearer than what this was obviously in the charity shop. Now I believe these are another Christian rock or Christian metal, whatever you want to call them, band, and it's on the Music for Nations label, MFN 84 it is. So I was quite happy to pick this up just to see what these guys sound like. It just has a plain inner, and according to Cloudy Milder, this is the Patrick Swayze version of the Music for Nations label, and I can see why it's called that. It's just a light scuff mark on the label on that side. That side's better. But the record itself, again, looks like it's never been played or hardly been played. Now I have a copy of this already, but when I saw it and I saw the price, I had to grab it. It's Rats Out of the Cellar. I think this might be a slight upgrade on the one I do have, just that it's the sleeve, etc. is in a little bit nicer condition. There's minimal wear, there's a bit of creasing in the corner there, if you can maybe So this is their original album, 1984 pressing. And because I have it already, I could be looking to VCLT this to somebody or trade or something. There we are, Atlantic. This one is a bit dirty, it needs a clean. There is a couple of scuffs on it, but I'm hoping it's not going to be any problems. I'll give it a play and see, just to make sure it plays fine, but for the princely sum of £2, I wasn't leaving that behind. So there we have it. I'll just slide that one back. The next one I spotted was right next to it, again for £2. I don't have this album. This is Reach for the Sky by Rat, and this one is a 1988, manufactured in Germany, this one, but it is a UK press, I believe. I think. And this one comes in, it's the picture inner sleeve. There's actually, it's in very good condition, there's no actual splits or anything, there's just a little bit of wear, it's been handled. Again, Atlantic, and yeah. So I will give this one a listen to as well, as I've not heard this album in full. So I was, you know, amazed to see these. I mean, they're in really good condition for £2. You know, this one, you know, there's just slight kind of creases on the edge here, but so I spotted this as well. This is a 12-inch single, Skid Row's Wasted Time, and it comes in a lovely gatefold sleeve, and that's a picture of them, I think, at Wembley Stadium, because you also have on side 1 you've got Wasted Time, side 2 What You're Doing, and also get the bleep out live, which is live at Wembley Stadium on the 31st of August 1991. So I think that was from Donington in 1990. No, it won't be Donington, because I know they were at Donington around about then, but if it's at Wembley, it ain't Donington, is it? So, Skid Row, Wasted Time, and it's in lovely condition. Just comes in a plain sleeve, and again this comes on Atlantic. That's side 1, nice condition. Side 2, it needs a clean, bit of dust and stuff, but nothing. So yeah, and it's got the original kind of hype stickers warning you about language that may be offensive, etc. So yeah, that was great to get a hold of. The gatefold does open on both sides, but there's nothing on that side. Next, I spotted another 12-inch by the Georgia Satellites. Another Chance, and on side 2 you've got Saddle Up and That Woman. Oh, sorry, I thought I was going to drop that. Now, I do have a Georgia Satellites best of, but I don't think I've heard any of these 3 songs on here. So, for £2, yes, I'll take that. It's in great condition, the sleeve's nice and shiny. This is on Electra, side B, and again it's needing a clean, lots of stour. Next one was a super bargain, and it's not rock or metal, it's pop, and if you were in the UK you'll know that Bros were super, they were the boy band of the moment back in 1988, 89. I'm pretty sure this album was 1988. Yes, 1988 CBS Records. #1 album, multi super hits, etc, etc. This was £1. but I've got somebody in mind for this one, which is kind of why I picked it up. I was never into them at the time, but I don't mind one or two of their songs nowadays. One of these bands where I didn't like at the time, but I like better nowadays. So these two guys are twins. That's Luke and Matt Goss, and this chap's name is Craig. I forget his surname. So you've got the lyrics. There's a bit of wear and to the outer sleeve, but for £1, you know, I wasn't expecting anything to be mint condition, but the record's decent. It's very dusty, and they have their custom label on that side. So I would class that as a bargain. So another 12-inch, this is a third or fourth 12-inch. Again, this one, Robin Beck, and this is Save Up All Your Tears, which I think is a cover of a Cher song. I know Cher did a version of it as well. So there we have that, and again it's in nice condition. It's just there's a little split there. Nothing major, and a little bit of wear at the bottom, but it's not a split yet. And this one is on the Mercury label, and this is pink Mercury label. I haven't seen that one before either. I just saw the yellow version of this style the other day. So yep, Save Up All Your Tears, and on that side, Jealous Hearts and First Time, which was a #1 hit in the UK for the Coca-Cola advert of the time, which kind of put her on the musical map at that time. Then I saw this one, which I thought would be really cool to have. It gave me a chance to listen to some early Coverdale and Whitesnake again. This one is Whitesnake and Snake Bite, which I think has got music from 77 and 78. Again, it's in very good condition. Still got a bit of a shine on the cover. The inner sleeve that it comes with, surprised it does have an inner sleeve. I'm not sure when this was actually released, but the music I think is from 78, 77, 78. But I don't know if this is in it, because you know, did we get picture sleeves in the 70s? I don't know, maybe we did. However, this is great, and it's on Sunburst Records, the label. So I'm just looking for a date on here to see. Again, it says 1978, so I'll need to maybe just check on Discogs to see if it's an original pressing or not. But this one is in lovely condition, so I was really chuffed to get that for yet another bargain of, it was either £2 or £3, £2 or £3. And second last, another Whitesnake. This is Trouble. Now I don't know if this is their debut, their full Whitesnake debut or not. I know Vinylizer John will know for sure. This is in very nice condition. Again, this is on the Fame record label. So I'm not sure if this is a first pressing or maybe a second or third. The only thing with this is it's come unstuck at the top. It just needs a bit of glue, and that should be fine. This one just came in a plain inner. And yes, it's Fame Sunburst. So is it part of United Artists? I'm not really sure. It says Sunburst Records anyway. So yeah, that's that one. And side 2 again. This is just needing a clean, bit dusty, but it looks great condition. So I'm quite excited to listen to these Whitesnakes, because as I said at the beginning, I'm not too familiar with earlier Whitesnake. I kind of got to know about them in the 80s. and I never really went backwards with them, probably because I wasn't hugely into Whitesnake at the time, but I did like some of their songs. And the final one I picked up, I saw this, and it's a box set, and looking at it, you don't know what it is inside, so I had a look inside, and I thought, yeah, I'm having that. It was £3. It's just a single, it's a 12-inch single, but it's obviously a limited edition in the box, because it also comes with a gigantic, and I mean gigantic, promotional poster. I got my mum and dad to help hold this thing up fully open, and I've taken a photo of it, so that'll be going up on my Facebook page. But it's about the same height as myself, and it also comes with a sort of a pin badge, metallic gun, and the single, the 12-inch single, it's a little bit tight to get out the box. Which was in it is the song Steal Your Fire, which is a fantastic rock song, energetic, hard rocking, guitar brilliance. So inside one you've got Steal Your Fire and Don't Blame Me, and on side 2, Burning Down the House and Reach Out for Love. And this is from 1992, and that song's off the album Gallus. And this is in mint, the whole thing's in mint. The poster has never been hung on a wall. The record looks like it's full of dust, but the way the record sleeve is, I think it's hardly been touched. A&M Records. So for £3, yes, let's have that as well. So that's what I got at the charity shop today, and 2 charity shops. I got them sort of between 2 shops, and obviously the CDs from earlier. So let you know how I find Megadeth later on at some point, and that's that. So I'll see you later, because again this is getting a bit long. But have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye.